afternoon, Jersey. Welcome to the Star Ledger Newsroom, Tuesday, August 26th. Okay, two quick news items here, and then we're going to have a little bit of fun. Two New Jersey girls who had been trapped in Georgia during that country's brief war with Russia are back home, finally safe and sound. The two girls had been on vacation on their grandmother's farm when war broke out. The parents had feared for the worst, but they arrived safely for a tearful and happy homecoming at Newark Airport last night.
What can I say? I'm sure most of us here have children, and it was a moment that'll be with me all my life.
When the girls came out of the car, Joe, we heard that they ran and gave you a big bear hug. Could you describe what happened?
Yeah, I haven't seen Ashley in like about 5 weeks, so she come running right over, and this one was behind her, so it was fantastic. I want to thank everyone.
All right, a great happy ending to that story. Also yesterday, new state officials sank 30 subway cars off the coast of Cape May. Now this is part of a plan. They're eventually going to sink 600 of these things. They're creating what is the country's largest artificial reef. They've already sank a host of other things, military tanks, tugboats, telephone cable, concrete. Now all this is sunk in order to create more habitat for fish. You're looking at footage there of the subway cars going down into the drink. It looks like the graffiti artists now are going to have to gear up in some scuba gear in order to get their work done. All right. For more on both stories, you can log on to our news blog at NJ.com. Remember roller derby? I grew up watching this, and I never quite understood the rules or what the point was, but I really thought it was pretty cool to watch the girls skate around and club one another. Well, it's having a resurgence. There's quite a few teams springing up here in New Jersey, and you'd be surprised to find out who is taking place. It's not just sassy waitresses and truck drivers. There's also professionals and even lawyers. Check it out.
Lawyer Karen Christ can't wait for weekends to roll around.
They get to wear a skirt and fishnets and kick people's asses. It's fun.
This girly girl's got a mouth like a truck driver on meth.
Yes!
Yeah! Black 17, stay
Never want to get her bed.
You might say ambulances chase her. Growing up Irish and Italian, with two brothers, prepared Skaterella for the Morristown Madam.
Yeah, and then they're jamming down our penalties all the time.
Will not be sweet, just cover big ears.
The jammer scores the points. You got to get through the pack the first time. You got to go around. The second time, you got to try to get through the pack to score points. And you got to be able to skate fast to maneuver. It's kind of like the running back in football. That's how I think of it. You got to find the holes.
In other words, watch your habeas corpus.
Lizard, but she don't shed her skin. She screams a cat with my big rigor rolls in.
Being a lawyer is boring. Being a roller girl rocks.
All right, from one contact sport to another. This morning, a state appeals court was set to rule in a divorce case, nasty, bitter divorce case of former Giants defensive end Michael Strahan and his ex-wife, Jean. Now, at the same time, there's been a lot of talk about the Giants trying to lure Strahan out of retirement in order to replace O.C. Umenyiora, who tore up his knee over the weekend. So, this morning, I went on Twitter and I posted the question: who should Giants fans be rooting for in this divorce case? Certainly, it might weigh into Strahan's decision whether or not to come back, depending on how he does in the courtroom. So I posted that question. I got a great response from Jersey Todd, who hosts the Jersey Todd podcast at JerseyToddShow.com. He calls himself the hardest working lawyer in podcasting. And I gave him a call to get his expert legal opinion on this matter.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, man. So the question is, what should Giants fans be rooting for here?
Well, I mean, it can go in a lot of ways. The big concern I would have is that if the judge rules, if Strahan goes back to work for the Giants and there's a big bump in his salary, the judge could come in and say, hey, there's been a significant change in circumstances. The case is Lepus versus Lepus, and that this could reopen everything. So, you know, I think at the end of the day, I'd rather have, as a Giant fan, as a hardcore Giant fan.
And you are a hardcore Giants fan?
Oh, big time.
All right.
Big time. I think I'd rather have the court go for the wife. Because at the end of the day, as a fan, I've always felt that Michael has been a great, nice guy. He's always been, you know, had that wonderful buck-tooth smile.
Right.
I need an angry Michael Strahan.
So you're discounting any of the money factors here, any of the fact that there's financial considerations whether he goes back to field, and you just want the guy fired up.
Brian, this is about me. Okay, and it's about my team. So I need, you know, Michael to get pissed off, and I think, you know, there was talks about restraining orders and that kind of thing, and I think Michael needs an outlet.
Right.
And as much as he thinks he's done playing football, I'm not done with him yet.
So your legal analysis goes right out the window.
Pretty much, as it always does.
Good.
Well, Todd, I hate to say it, but you might be out of luck because I think Michael Strahan is probably pretty happy this morning. Just about an hour ago, the court issued a ruling that weighs heavily in Strahan's favor. It says that he does not have to pay the 18 grand a month in child support, doesn't have to take out a huge insurance policy, and doesn't have to pay his wife's lawyer. So there we go, Todd. Could be a long season. All right, let's keep in touch. Send us your photos, your videos, your emails. Shoot them to us at ledgerlive@starledger.com, and you can always log on to our news blogs at NJ.com. All right, Jersey? Take it easy.